Welcome back, my name's Steve and thank you for joining me today on my photography journey. This week I decided that I needed a bit of a break, a bit of a reset, so I decided to basically have a little solo adventure. I wanted to go out with my camera and take some pictures. I wasn't really sure where I wanted to go, but it had to be somewhere that was kind of relatively close. I didn't want to have a really long drive, and the other thing was that it needed to be nice and peaceful. So after a little bit of research, I decided that the New Forest was the perfect destination for me. It's only about an hour or so in the car, and it's a completely different world. It's just so different to where I live. My original thinking was that I could kind of go down there, spend a bit of time taking some pictures there, and then keep driving down to the coast as well. But basically, I decided against that. I wanted to take the pressure off and just have a nice chilled day. So it was one location and that would be it. So with the aid of Google and a website I found about the New Forest, I found a 7-mile hike that basically took me in a circle. There were a couple of viewpoints along the way and it promised some big views from one of the highest points in the New Forest. You could see the Isle of Wight from there and things like that. And something that was really good was that I could download the route map onto my Garmin so that it would be on my watch while I was there and easily navigate my way around. So I packed up my bag with all the bits and pieces that I thought I would probably need. So my Z6 III, my 24-200mm lens with a polarizer on it as well, my 180-600, some ND filters, and my tripod too, because I kind of wanted to use this opportunity to get some pictures for my website. And that includes pictures of me taking pictures. So I added a few other bits and pieces to my bag to let me shoot some video and some of this behind the scenes stuff as well. So I took my Nikon Z30, the 12-28mm power zoom lens, an on-camera mic, the wireless mic, my Insta360, and it was a hot day, so I definitely had to take water and snacks as well, going for a hike. So I put all this in the car and set off really. And as I was setting off, I was thinking that I had three main aims for that day. I wanted to enjoy a day to myself, away from the day job, away from chores and everything like that. I just wanted to use my camera, get out and take pictures of something that I don't usually take pictures of. And of course, get some pictures for my website as well. So let's see if I was successful in this or not. The drive down was nice and easy. Once I got to the New Forest, it really did feel like a completely different world. I was driving down the main road, turned off into the national park, and immediately there were ponies at the side of the road. There were trees, there were great big views, and then I turned the corner to where I was heading to, and there were just 7 cows wandering down the middle of the road. So I had to stop, slow down, wait for them, and it just kind of let that kind of relaxed feeling of the day just sort of sink in straight away, which is just what I needed. So I parked up and then I got out and about, and everything just felt so much more relaxed. The sun was shining, the birds were singing. One of the first things that I saw was kind of a little pathway going along the edge of the trees, and it was dotted with these foxglove flowers. And these were a great contrast to the greens of the trees and the grass and the ferns and everything. And so that was a great starting point. So from there, I carried on walking along the road, and this was the first spot that I thought would be a good place to take some pictures of me in action. So I set up my tripod with the Z30 on it and the 12-28mm lens. I used the self-timer function on this to try and take pictures of me taking pictures of where I stood. So I can kind of miss the opportunity. I was in this road and took pictures in both directions to actually take something while I was taking the pictures of me, and I think these worked out quite well. Some of them I've edited with Enhancer, some with just Lightroom, so there's a bit of a variety in the styles of these ones so that I can use them in different situations. So the road was kind of heading off into the distance, there was the big sky above and not a single other person in sight. It was wonderful. Everywhere that I looked, there was kind of wonderful views and trees and greenery, and it was just so peaceful. It was really, really nice. I made another stop to take some more pictures of me, and of course there were ponies around. So when I was followed by a couple of them, I decided to stop. I wanted to try and get pictures of them in a few different situations, when they were eating, when they were just together. And it was nice to see them in kind of their natural habitat, not particularly bothered by the fact that I was there taking their picture. They just got on with things. And then at various times I stopped to take pictures of myself, of the view, of trees, of ponies, and spent the day walking around. And there was a lot of forestry work going on, so there were great big piles of logs, there was machinery around and all sorts of things going on, so there was plenty of things to take pictures of. So let's have a look at a few more of those now. The New Forest, it was a great day out. It was something that I have really needed. I wanted to kind of get back to nature, get out with my camera, have no pressure on me that I had to be done by a certain time or take this many pictures or have an event deadline or anything like that. So I just used my camera. I used different settings on it. I used different modes, and most of all, I just enjoyed myself. And even with the kind of filming myself, the taking photos of myself, that was a experiment. Some of them turned out a lot better than others, and some of them I am definitely using on my website. And that is, what more could I ask for from my day out, really? So I hit all those three things. I had a lovely relaxing day, I used my camera, and I got some pictures that I was really happy with. Sounds pretty good to me. So now I'm back from the New Forest, and I've got all the pictures that I've taken, some of the scenery, the trees, some of me. And like I said, I want to get these up onto my website so that I can offer prints for sale, so that you lovely people can buy them. And what I have been looking to do is incorporate that into my website somehow. At the moment I have a couple of offers on my website of me taking photos, me editing photos, and video calls to help share my knowledge in slightly different ways to just on YouTube, but I haven't got a print store. So that is what I've been looking into, and luckily Pic-Time reached out and asked if I wanted to have a trial of their software and share a link where you guys can get a free month as well. And that's what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to have a look through at setting up a gallery of my pictures from the New Forest, and I am going to talk you through it, see how easy it is. It's my first look at it as well, so we can explore it together. I can give you some tips and tricks and see how easy it is, basically. So let's jump into that now and have a look. So I've created an account already, so I just need to log into that now. What I quite like about the Pic-Time website is that everything is quite straightforward. It's quite nice to be able to see what's going on there. So this is kind of your starting page, and then we've got our client galleries down here, which is where we can add our pictures and customize everything. I have started this already. I've created the gallery, but I've not really done anything with it. So let's edit this. So I've got my name, and then we've got the date and the language that it's in. We've got different options on here, but let's upload a cover photo first of all. And I can choose a picture that represents my gallery. You've got different options for the cover, different ways that it can look, but I quite like this one. And then we can customize our colors that we've got. So you can choose from one of these sets, or we can customize the different colors specifically how we want, so I can have my branded colors in here. Next, we can upload our pictures. So let's call this one ponies, because that's what we want to start with. And then we can choose our photos to add to this. So I'm not going to use a smart uploader at the moment. I'm just going to do things in the normal way, and I just need to choose the pictures that I want to include. So basically all the ones from my day out where I have got ponies. Seems like a pretty good collection. That looks like all of them. So these are going to upload. It does it kind of in the background, so I can carry on and do other things at the same time, but it's doing it pretty quickly. So it uploads different versions. So you've got high resolution ones that you can have and lower quality ones as well. And then you can choose what you do with your gallery. So you've got different options for it. But let's just add in some more scenes. So pictures of me this time. And again, just choose the pictures and upload them. It's all quite intuitive so far. It uploads pretty quickly. And then finally, let's add in the other ones that don't feature me or horses, so landscapes. And there we go, we can import those as well. So we've got these different scenes, so it breaks things down a little bit, so it's a bit easier for people to find what they're looking for, particularly if you're taking pictures of a wedding or an event. You can break it down into the different times of day or something like that. Let's continue here, and this is where we've got all of our options for our actual gallery. So we can choose what kind of occasion it was. So this is where you choose your kind of what it was that you were taking pictures of. So let's just choose equine because there's horses involved. And then depending on what your pictures are of, you can have different settings for your security. So if it's like a boudoir shoot or something like that, then you can have a sensitive tag for it and a kind of more secure rather than just like pictures of me and horses. So you've got different options of sharing and downloads and watermarking things and everything like that. So you've got lots of different options for how people can interact with it and what they can see, what they can do, and how much control they have over it. And then you can choose different price lists as well. So do we want AI photo search? Yeah, I think so, because this will allow people to look for their own face in your galleries if you're taking pictures of people, which I think is a really good option. And then these are kind of automatic sales things that you've got, so you can offer different discounts. So let's have a look at an early bird discount. So if you're watching this, I'm going to set this up so that the first, what should we say? Let's say the first month, you can get a 25% discount. That is all set up nice and easily for that discount. So get in there quick to buy anything if you want to. And then you've got your different ways of sharing this with people. So you can send it to individual clients if that's the way that you want to do it. You can get a link or an email from me, and then you can choose how people get that information. So I am going to give you all this link so that you can register and join in and have a look at the gallery, see how it all works from that side of things, and of course buy things if you want to. So I'll pop that in my description as well. And then this is what you will see when you come and have a look. So that's our cover. And then we've got our different categories. So we've got all the ponies at first, then you've got me at work. You probably won't want to buy those. And then your landscape pictures as well. So then you can click on it, see it in a bit more detail. And then if you want to buy a print, you can click into it. It gives you plenty of different options, and there's global places to fulfill these orders. So there'll be somewhere local to you that will be able to print and ship it to you so that you've got the print that you want at the cheapest price that it can be done. So many different options in there of frame colors, print size and everything like that. What I'll probably do is go through and take some of the options out because there are far too many at the moment. But it's nice to be able to see the flexibility of this so that depending on what you are taking pictures of and what you want to sell your prints for, then the options are there for you. So you've got the options to share it, you can buy things, you can recommend it to people, and then there's different types of prints and things as well. So it's all quite simple setting things up, getting my pictures from my camera into my gallery, into my store. So I quite like Pic-Time so far. So I hope you found those two bits useful, the looking at taking your pictures and then looking at doing something with your pictures. And like I said before, check out Pic-Time. There's a link in the description to get you a free 30-day trial. Have a look at it, check it out. So thank you for watching and have a great week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.